Hey Airsofters, today I'm bringing you the review of this beautiful AK-74 that I just received in the mail yesterday, and I'll tell you all you need to know about it in case you want to pick one up for yourself. Well, for a long time I've been looking for a good AK-74, and I have a lot of trust in this brand because of some other items I own by them, and I decided to take my gamble on eBay and get it, and I'm absolutely glad that I did. As you can see, this is the ICS AK-74M assault rifle. It is one in 5 different variants that they have of the AK-74 series by ICS. It is Kalashnikov patented, and it is a 1-to-1 scaled replica. They tried to make it as realistic as possible, and I'll get into that later. One more thing I might add before we go inside the box, ICS has very nice boxes that I've noticed. They always happen to feature this amazing plastic carry handle along with a great internal, of the box to, make pretty much a makeshift carry case. So, until you buy one, then this is always something good to use. This is what you see when you open up the box. It is the internal box is like a velvety kind of soft thing, so it's not going to scratch up your gun or anything like that, and you aren't going to get that messy styrofoam all over the place. But anyway, it gives you a manual. It's a really good manual, actually. It's 10 pages and tells you how to break down the gun, the parts of the gun, how it works, things like that. It comes with a bottle of .2 BBs, which, because this gun I got used off somebody for $120 on eBay, they have new ones, I believe, for like $250 or something. But I got sent a bottle of 12s and mixed with dirty .2s, so those are in the trash right now. But, always keep the bottle. These things are pretty cool. Comes with 2 magazines, not 1, but 2. 450 round high cap magazines, wheel at the bottom. And ICS makes their magazines so that the wheel winds so easily. Just listen to that. It's not too crisp, but it's not too soft. Then, of course, you have the gun. Let me set this out to the side. I can show you this last feature. It gives you a little front sight adjustment key in the box too. Thought that was pretty neat. And I'm not sure if they come new with a battery, but I'm pretty sure they do. Mine came with a 9.6 large type and a 10.8 like 4,000 mAh large type, so that was pretty nice of them to throw in. I'll have to show you that. Here are the 2 batteries the guy threw in. I got a 9.6 1,000 mAh. It's like an RC car or something, and it's actually a great backup battery. It doesn't shoot incredibly fast, especially compared to this 10.8, but it's always good to have. And then I have this giant 10.8 brick that they're actually pretty expensive online. I need to get another one for fold-a-gap when it swings around, but I have a couple months for that. It's pretty big, and I'll show you compared to the stock, and I'll put it in and show you. Considering that I have to, put the battery in to show you anyway, then I'm going to go ahead and start from the stock up. So, the stock is an ABS. It does not sound good, I'll just tell you that right now. It's really kind of, like, it sounds thin, but it's not. It's kind of hard to believe. You have a really good sling mount right here. Metal. You have a butt plate on here. I'd like, rubberized one or something different. I'm not a huge fan of the way this one looks and feels. It's just plasticky and not really my taste. But, I didn't get the gun to complain about the stock. As you can see, the 10.8 volt battery barely fits, especially with these remaining wires. You have to press those in and put the butt plate back on. But the battery fills up the entire stock, so you don't have the issue of any wobbling around. Like, sounds solid. There's how thick the stock is, though. It's a couple millimeters, so I'm not even a couple, it's a few. But, it's pretty decent, actually. I don't think it's gonna break on you, even though it sounds it. I showed you that the gun takes a large type connector, large type batteries, and that is linked up with a version 3 gearbox made by ICS. I'm not even going to dig that out. It's not too hard to get it out. I just don't want to go through the hassle of it. But anyway, you have a a little mount right here in case you want to have a side rail that flips up and have a sight and a laser light, whatever you want to put on it. A plastic pistol grip, which hides your short type motor in the cage. Trigger guard, trigger, mag release, really good mag release actually, I'm impressed with that. Just typical AK magwell. Serial number right there, let me focus that in for you. Right there you have your serial number. And on the flip side you have your fire selector. You have safe, fully automatic, and semi-automatic. I'll have to flip it down to fully automatic or semi to pull the bolt back. See, it goes back all the way, and it reveals your mock bolt carrier in there. I'll open up the back and show you. You can see right here they really tried to put some detail into this. The mock bolt carrier, it has the spring, you know, of course the bolt carrier, and when you pull it back, you know, the spring tightens up. I think it's pretty neat, but of course when you have it in safety it doesn't go back more than that. You have your rear leaf sight, which goes up to 10 positions, which would realistically be 1,000 meters, but I highly doubt that you're going to be shooting 1,000 meters with this. So normally I just keep it around 100 actually, you know, if I'm shooting long range, because it barely moves it up. You know, you have your stamps to make it look 1-to-1, of course. This right here, the lever to let off the gas tube and, you know, goes to the gas port. Once you pull this lever up, then, you know, this piece right there moves, and then it allows you to pull this up, and that's how you disassemble the gun. Kind of ideal to a real one, but not, you know, 1-to-1 like that. This is really high quality polymer. I would not count on that breaking on you anytime soon. You know, mock cleaning rod, which kind of wiggles around, but I'm sure that there's a way to fix that. Front sight, that's adjustable, and if you're wondering how do you twist it and you're trying to use the front sight tool, you're going to press this button in on the side, and then you can twist it and it locks in place. They give you a metal flash hider. That's something I'll have to, you know, applaud them on. Most people don't give you the metal flash hider, they just give you the cheap plastic one that costs them a few cents to make, but nope, it's metal and has a little bit of orange paint at the end, but nothing some spray paint can't take care of. For a shooting test of this gun, I will have it up in not too long. It's actually, you know, I could either just make one in my backyard, that, or I could, you know, take it to a game and use it and just show you the gameplay of it. But the most likely case is that I'm going to just take it to Fold Gap and then put up a bunch of Fold Gap footage. And, you know, hopefully this should be a good gun for that. Especially if I get another one of those 10.8 batteries. Might as well go over a few things before I end this review up. It shoots about 1 to 200 feet depending on how you have the hop-up adjusted. I always run .25s in everything I have. If you look at other chrono videos, they say that they shoot about 280 FPS, which, you know, is actually pretty good for CQB, especially since most field, not most, but a lot of fields say that, you know, you can't do the full auto, you know, if you aren't under 300 feet per second, but it's kind of unrealistic with this fixed stock and how long the barrel is. It has a sniper, you know, length barrel, so just go ahead and keep it outdoors and then swap out your spring. I would probably get a tight bore for this, if anything, because, you know, increase your FPS, what, 5 or 10, and then make your grouping really tight. The grouping's not bad on this, it really isn't, but the, you know, the FPS is a bit lacking, especially for outdoors, and the range is not too bad. I like the range. Makes for an excellent, you know, just an assault rifle overall. It's a great gun. I highly recommend getting one if you get the chance. If you're going for a Cold War era look, I'm going to go ahead and save you the trouble. Do not go on e-Vike and get their, you know, quote, real steel, unquote, AK sling. They're so unreliable. I've dropped my last AK, which resulted in me getting this one, but I dropped it and the stock broke off, the screw broke, the wires fell apart, and, you know, it chipped one of the teeth off the gears on the inside, so I just figured it was time for a new gun. Well, time for a new AK at least. But yeah, go ahead and save yourself the trouble when it comes to those, and get yourself a good sling, maybe a 3-point or something.